All right, everybody, welcome to the Sense of Humor podcast where we talk anything pop culture or anything that interests us. I'm your host, Grifshock, or Travis, with my friend here, Splasune, or Tyler. Um,
Hey everybody.
so today's topic I want to talk about, I've been thinking and watching a lot of the Venom trailer. I've been watching it on repeat, and I wanted to talk about like hopes of like what new characters we want to have in, or characters we previously have that we wish we would have more of. So like no newer Marvel movies that are coming out that we wish would come out, or you know, just
Okay. I was gonna say, so this isn't just correlated to specifically Venom,
no,
just
yeah, just
Venom
Marvel
is kind of
movies.
what sparked the idea.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, we
basically.
could still bring in Venom because there is a lot of new stuff and there's a lot of new stuff to talk about regarding the Venom trailer, so definitely looking forward to that. Um, Well, I wouldn't say I'm like looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it at an average amount. Like, here's the thing. I liked the first Venom movie, but after the second one, I'm kind of skeptical.
Oh, with Carnage.
Like, yeah, like
Yeah.
they killed him off in this like the first movie that he starred in, and that really
hmm
bummed me out because he's a really cool character.
I honestly thought they
Um,
were gonna keep him in longer, maybe do like a part two or something, but
yeah, right. Like, I mean, it was kind of like, I mean, obviously the circumstances were different, but with the Dark Knight trilogy, originally, what uh, Christopher Nolan had in mind for that trilogy was so the second movie, or the third movie, I mean, would have starred Bane, but Joker would have had a play in that movie. And then also after that trilogy wrapped up, they were planning on doing a second trilogy just about Batman and Joker. Like it was just going to be between those two villains, which or
yeah.
hero and villain, which would have been sick. Um, but back on topic with Marvel films. So yeah, I saw the Venom trailer too. I'm a little excited because um, for those of you who probably don't know much about the comics, they're introducing one of the characters known as Null,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
what I'm
the
really
god
excited
of
for.
symbiotes. Yeah. But the problem with this, though, is they either have to make it a setup film, so like, because there's no way that Venom can take on Null by himself.
Oh
Here, here's
no.
Here's to clarify something. Null was at the start of the universe, like he was before the quote unquote Big Bang. Um,
He was in darkness, right? Wasn't he like all in the darkness and then light came and he
y-
hated it?
yeah, pretty much. And when the Celestials came in, he actually killed one of the Celestials by beheading it. And that's actually what Nowhere is, like from Guardians of the Galaxy, the location Nowhere.
Mm.
That's the Celestial's head that Null took off. I mean, in the comics at least. I don't
Oh,
know if they're gonna
yeah.
change it in
In the
um
movie.
yeah, because there was also same thing with Gore the God Butcher.
Yeah.
He was technically given the power of the symbiotes by Null
Wasn't
because
that the
the
one
the
from
Necro
Thor?
Blade. Yeah, Thor Love and Thunder. The
Yeah.
Necro Blade was technically Null's weapon, but because of Sony and Disney's Marvel and all that, they're kind of like,
We can't
they're not at
quite
each
take it.
other's throats or anything, but yeah, like they can't use it willy-nilly anymore, unfortunately. Um but also I think this was confirmed because I know a lot of people were like concerned like, "Oh, well, they, decanonized or retconned Peter possibly getting the black suit because if you guys remember at the end of No Way Home, the end credit scene was Eddie and Venom in the bar and they
hmm
leave a piece of Venom behind. That's still there. I want to clarify that because the people that come and collect the symbiote in the first trailer, I think it was, or
Yeah.
teaser trailer
Yeah,
or
they put the
whatever.
cup over it and collected it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is not the MCU's universe. That happens in Venom's universe. So I guess he leaves a piece of the symbiote in both places. So Tom will still probably eventually get his own black suit, which I
Oh,
really hope is
it
the
was
case.
Tom, right? It wasn't
Yeah,
Andrew
Tom
Garfield.
Holland.
Okay.
No, no, no. Yeah, he was in Tom's universe. Andrew
Oh
Garfield,
yeah,
I
he licked the
don't
screen.
think. Yeah, 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 yeah. But yeah, no. As far as new characters though, um, did you see the leaked image of the green symbiote that was released or whatever?
It was. I'm think that's toxic, right? Aren't they bringing in toxic? Because isn't
Yeah, a lot of
toxic
people
the
are saying.
green symbiote?
So in the comics, Toxin is red and black. So like his top half is red, his bottom half is black, and
Yeah.
then he doesn't have a mouth like the other symbiotes.
Then who was the
But
green one?
people, so in the comics, the green one is Lasher, and people are
Mm.
saying it could either be Lasher or Toxin. I think it's gonna be Toxin because knowing Sony, they're not very comic accurate as it is. I mean, heck, like Venom doesn't even have his big white spider yet. Still,
Mm-mm. Yeah.
not that I have a problem with his design. I think it's actually pretty sweet for what they did in modern live action. But the only problem I think I have right now is how, not to make this sound bad, but like their relationship's kind of too friendly, if you get what I mean. Like it's too comedic, it's too
Yeah.
goofy.
It's too much on like the PG side versus what it should be. Because Venom is more of like an aggressive, eating heads off of people, throwing people around, ripping them apart type of character.
Yeah, and I mean like, and even in that sense, like yes, he's not like a full-on bad guy. He just straight up hates Spider-Man, and
Yeah.
he'll do anything to get at Spider-Man. And that's what a lot of people are saying is Venom 3 will be a build-up between Tom Hardy's Venom and Tom Holland's Spider-Man meeting finally. And the only way that that could happen is if and this is my personal like belief. So in Doomsday, Doom will somehow launch Spider-Man into Venom's universe, and Venom will have to help Spider-Man fight their setup of the Sinister Six that that's been rumored for a long time. So that's
Yeah.
what a lot of people are saying, or that's what I'm thinking at least in terms of like based on rumors. Because Spider-Man 4 is allegedly a multiverse film. In my opinion, I think it should be street level. It should be on the level of Daredevil and Luke
Mm-hmm.
Cage and Iron Fist. Like,
That's what I
keep it
would
street level.
love.
Yeah, and I mean, even a lot of, like, before it was confirmed or rumored or whatever it is right now that it was a multiverse film, a lot of people were saying, oh, yeah, it's going to be a Tom Holland Spider Man team up with Charlie Cox's Daredevil. And I'm like, perfect. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Do
what
it.
I want
Send
to
it.
see. I want to see them fight Kingpin but Sony's coming out and is like, no, people really liked No Way Home, and we did, but that should have been a one and done thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because as much as I loved seeing Toby and Andrew on the big screen again, and not only that,
With
all
them all
three,
together.
yeah, I was gonna say all three iconic characters or portrayals of the same character on screen together was awesome. I loved that, but should have been a one and done thing. Like that's literally what I was hoping for was Spider-Man 4 was going to be like Spider-Man's actual introduction to being alone. He's on the streets by himself, like he's fighting crime
He's figuring
as
out
a
how to do it
standalone
himself again.
hero. Exactly. Like he's living in an apartment by himself. He's working like a full-time job that
Yeah.
doesn't pay enough. Like he's
He's
an average Joe.
yeah,
That's
he's just
that's what
figuring out who
makes
he is. Yeah.
Spider-Man so great. Yeah. Like he's a very down to earth character, and that's why I fell in love with the character in the first place. Is because anyone can put on the mask, as Stanley has said, and that makes like him such a relatable and fun character to, relate to. But unfortunately, Sony sees, oh, well, the multiverse thing gave us dollar signs. Let's, throwing it again and make more dollar signs. It's just like, no, that's
No.
not it. Like, and one could say that Spider-Man No Way Home was a fan serviced film, but I mean, I honestly could care less if it was fan service or not. It was a pretty good story,
I liked it.
even with all the cameos. Like the cameos weren't what saved the film. The story itself like really built upon Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man and his responsibility, as Aunt May kept on telling him, because of the power he has to help the villains that he could save, you know? So, and that's what I'm hoping to see for future Tom Holland projects, because supposedly there's going to be a 4, 5, and 6, kind of like Star Wars, like it goes 1, 2, 3, and then the second set of films, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6, and you know, I'm hoping for 9 films, but who knows how long Tom actually wants to do Spider-Man. I wouldn't blame him if he wanted to stop at 6 or maybe even 4 or 5, but
Yeah.
I mean, heck, Thor got 4 films, and honestly, the fourth one was probably the worst of the 3 or 4. I mean,
I mean,
I really did not like Love and Thunder.
no, neither did I. I mean, I thought I had high expectations, or I shouldn't have had high expectations. I liked Thor movies before, but what was it? The is it Into Darkness or whatever when Thor or Jane gets like possessed by like that
The
crystal?
Reality Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one I was very like, okay, well this is just stupid. Like I was so up for
Yeah,
Thor, and then from that movie, in my opinion, it just dropped. It just
I th-
downslided.
I think that's what I liked about the first one is it humbled Thor by putting him in a down to earth experience, and
Mm-hmm.
because he was down to earth, he earned his power back and everything. I thought that was perfect. I thought that was a perfect first film. That was like I think an actual storyline in past Marvel comics where he's stripped of his power and he has to kind of deal with being immortal for a little bit. He hates it obviously because he's like, well, I can get wounded or I can't, you know.
I can't
I mean, he was
fly.
still. I was gonna say he's still a pretty freaking crazy fighter. I mean, he took out like half of the shield base that he was
Mm-hmm.
infiltrating.
No problem. Kind of like just walking through a forest. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think the problem I had with the excuse my mic shuffle. The problem I had with yeah, so 2 in my opinion was too dark, like not in a bad way, but like it tried to be a horror film is what it felt like, but it like failed. It wasn't a thriller, it wasn't a horror. It just and I mean they were dealing with a dark character too, like
Yeah, but
the
I feel like
dark
they were
elf.
trying too hard, is what I feel like they're trying to do.
Yeah, again, too dark. I liked 3, but I think the humor is what kept it alive. Like I wish they went more of the serious route because I liked the struggle that Thor had to deal with his dad being dead,
Mm-hmm.
and now he has to save his home from an evil, you know, his evil
Sister.
sister that he never knew about. Um, but it was just super overall goofy, and then that's exactly what happened with
The last one.
4 is they leaned too much into the goofy side, which is the side like I don't mind it being funny. I really don't. I really like the humor, but I feel like it works with more different characters more so than others. Like Captain America should be serious. That's why I really liked
Mm-hmm.
Winter Soldier. I loved Winter
That one was
Soldier. In
really
fact,
good.
I loved all 3
Really good.
actually. All 3 were so solid. I think Captain America had the best trilogy. Iron
Honestly,
Man
yeah.
leans more into the funny side, and I like that. That works for him. He's a sarcastic, egotistical, you know,
Rich boy.
billionaire. Yeah, playboy. Yeah. So that works too. So those 2 work that way. So Captain America should be serious. Iron Man, a mix between serious
Serious
and
and
funny.
yeah.
Spider-Man,
Down
lighthearted,
to
funny,
earth.
serious. Yeah, like it's the same thing. Like keep it
Spider Spider-Man's like us, where we're normal Joe Schmo, but he's just trying to help the neighborhood people.
I was gonna say he has the power, the literal superpowers to, stop evil, and that's what he does. But then he's got that, yeah, like teenager, like I'm goofy, but also like rebellious, but also want to prove myself to the grown-ups. Like he's all that bunched into one, and I think that's what I really like about Spider-Man. And again, like yeah, his should be leaning more towards the funny, but also serious. So like more
I like Iron Man.
serious than Deadpool, but less serious than Iron Man. Yeah, so kind of like in
Hmm.
between Iron Man and Deadpool. Like more serious than Deadpool, less serious than Iron Man. Probably a lot less serious than Captain America. Maybe
Yeah,
just as serious as Iron Man. Something around that. I think that just had a really perfect mold for Spider-Man.
I feel like that's why
And
people like Iron Man and Spider-Man are kind of similar. It's because of
yeah.
that.
Well, I mean, they're both geniuses too. They just come
Their
from both
personalities
different
click so
homesteads.
well.
Yeah, I would say so. I think in the comics, Iron Man was more so annoyed by Spider-Man, whereas Spider-Man's like looked up to him. And I mean, that's kind of what they showed in the MCU, but also in the MCU, he kind of had that.
Like
Um,
fatherly love.
I was gonna say, like, he looked at him as a son, like the son that, he should have had at an earlier age. And then obviously he had Morgan, his daughter, which I think is perfect. And I kind of hope she becomes the next Avenger, but it would also be kind of pretty heartbreaking to see her dad as the
Doom.
villain. Yeah,
Yeah.
like see, like it's not her dad, obviously. Like it is Victor Von Doom, but he has the same face as her father. Like, and that'll be sad for both Peter too. Like Peter, Pepper, and Morgan. That'll
And
just be
happy.
Happy, Rhodey. Like all of them are just gonna be
Yeah.
super destroyed to see the
I,
person that's
I,
trying to destroy or not destroy the world, but like rebuild it in his own
in his
image.
image. I
Yeah.
feel like what's gonna happen is like he's gonna come there, and they're gonna be like, "Wait a minute, he's back to life? Like what?" And then he's gonna do something that's really dark and not like him at all, and they're like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, and I mean, here's the other thing too: is he could completely just not show his face at all either, because in the comics and kind of like what they failed to do with previous iterations of Doctor Doom, is his mask is melted to his face. Like
Yeah,
they
it's stuck on
literally,
there.
yeah. So the scolding metal that he had, like of the mask, he had his followers like push it onto his face, so that way he couldn't be seen ever again. Like,
Kind of
and
like
I
Darth
mean,
Vader.
yeah, exactly. But like, I mean, Darth Vader was obviously able to take off his mask. I don't know if
Yeah,
Doom was able to or not, but if he did, his face would look a lot more like
worse.
messed up.
It's
Or
like a mix with
yeah,
Darth Vader and Deadpool combined. Yeah.
I was gonna say I really like Doom though. Like I really like ever since he's been kind of the hot topic. I went back and read a lot of his like story, and he's a very interesting character. Like his mix between science and magic, I think is one of the coolest combinations of all time. Like arcane magic. Like it's so
And he's
cool. I
so
love
powerful.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's the other thing too, is he's super intelligent, super powerful, and I think that's why he's not the most intelligent on the earth. That still goes to Reed Richards, but that's because
Yeah.
he balances both science and magic rather than just full on
Science.
science. But that doesn't make him any less of a genius. Like that Doom is a very formidable foe, and I actually really look forward to him. I hope he's scarier than Thanos. Like I really do. I want him to
Honestly,
be
that'd be cool.
yeah, like obviously, and I mean, if you remember, he said on stage, same task, new mask.
Ask.
So, so he has the same task as, oh, I'm protecting the Earth, but I'm gonna protect it my way. I'm gonna do it my way, and that's gonna be so interesting to see. I'm really looking forward to Doom, I'm looking forward like I'm actually looking forward to Fantastic Four a little bit more because of Doom though. Like I'm not a huge fan of Fantastic Four as a team, but
Like, I liked the original Fantastic Four movie that came out, and then after they remade it, that's when they lost me. Like I was a huge Fantastic Four fan until they did the remake, and I just gave up on it.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't blame you there. Honestly, I just didn't like the Fantastic Four in general. And a lot of people will probably give me some flack for this, but the combination of their powers, I mean, obviously it was significant back then. Like, oh yeah, Mr. Fantastic is super stretchy. Invisible Woman can turn invisible. Cool. Human Torch and the Thing have the most interesting power. Well, I guess Invisible Woman is a little bit more powerful, but the funny thing about Mr. Fantastic is, and I don't know if they did this on purpose, I'm sure they did, but like they gave him one of the lamest powers in my opinion. I
Well,
think it's called polymorphosis or whatever, the one where you like stretch and whatnot.
Rich.
But I don't know. Their powers combined as a team just they seem very boring to me. Like that's what I like about the Avengers is there's so much variety between all of them. Same with the X-Men. Like a lot of their powers are just so interesting and also like I think in my opinion more developed than the Fantastic Four. Um and some of them even don't have full-on powers. Like I mean Iron Man's just literally a dude in an iron suit.
Yeah, he's just a
With
playboy philanthropist.
Yeah, I was gonna say, with technology that's insane, bear in mind, like the arc reactor technology is insane. But then you got, again, like, and I'm sure Reed Richards uses, and in fact, I know he does, he uses his brains more than his powers, but
Exactly why they gave him the stretch ability, I feel
I
like.
was gonna say, yeah, like, they balanced him out. Like, they
Like
gave him a weak ass ability, but like a.
because he's super smart.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge Fantastic Four fan. If you guys find offended, and maybe I'm not doing them justice. Maybe I need to go back and read some Fantastic Four comics, but I've never really been interested in them, especially since they're very time travel-y, very dimensional travel-y kind of
Group.
team. Yeah, I really like just Earth problems. Like, and I mean, sure,
Yeah.
like it'll probably come to like that's why I'm not a huge fan of Guardians of the Galaxy either. Is it
Oh, I
just kind of
love Guardians of the Galaxy.
outstretches, and that's fine. Like I think it's a good balance between us, but also just like I understand the appeal because it's a really interesting bunch of characters. Like I would say I like Guardians of the Galaxy a lot more than Fantastic Four, but you
Yeah, I
know,
can agree with you there.
yeah.
I think the reason why I liked Fantastic Four was A, I was young, and a dude that can turn himself on fire is pretty cool. And then a dude that's made out of rock was also pretty cool. I think if they didn't have those two in there, they're like the Thing and the Human Torch, I probably wouldn't care for it all that much, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say I like Human Torch a lot as a character, but mainly because he's friends with Peter, like with Spider-Man. And then I really
yeah,
like the Thing, especially when he fights the Hulk. Like I really want to see a Hulk versus Thing moment.
that'd be
So
sick.
Marvel, bring back Monster Hulk instead of stupid Smart Hulk. I freaking hate Smart
I
Hulk.
hate him. He's so stupid, dude. I cannot stand him.
I'm sure Mark Ruffalo loves putting in actual lines and everything, but
But still, dude, come on, really? You're supposed to be Hulk's supposed to be a no offense to Hulk, but a big green dummy with anger issues.
well, yeah, and even later on, he still becomes smarter. Like he's not like
Well, yeah, but he's
he's.
not a fucking scientist.
I was gonna
Pardon
say,
my
yeah,
French.
like he's like how do I put this? Like he talks like a kid. Like he's smart enough to bring out full sentences, but he's got the like anger management and speech of a child, like a not a
Are we
toddler, but like an 8-year-old or something, like someone
yeah,
that's.
are we
Or sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, no, sorry. You can continue. I was just thinking out loud.
No, I was just gonna say like the point of Monster Hulk is like he shouldn't be a brains and the brawn at the same time. And I mean I know that's happened in the comics, and I know there's a version of the Hulk, Amadeus Cho, who becomes the next Hulk later on in the comics. But in terms of like Hulk as a character, I want to see, Hulk smash Hulk, not like it, because that's the other thing too, is there was no, like, Thor Ragnarok was probably one of the better versions of the Hulk, because A, he actually talked, and B, he was still Monster Hulk. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I didn't know if we were talking about like Bruce Banner and Hulk combined, or if we were just talking about where Hulk put Bruce Banner to the side and just Hulk living the life he wanted to live type
I,
Hulk.
and I was gonna say, yeah, like, if anyone's ever watched Earth's Mightiest Heroes, um, Hulk and Bruce Banner make a deal. They're like, if I go and, help the Avengers, then you have to do something for me. And he's like, well, what's that? He's like, I get to stay Hulk forever. And I mean, obviously, they changed the terms of the deal later on. Like, Bruce Banner kind of, like, came to terms with, like, actually, I get 1 day a year where the Hulk will let me be, Bruce Banner. I get to do what I want to do for a day. And then Hulk gets to be Hulk again.
Yeah.
But obviously,
No, I
oh
was
dang
just about to move.
it.
I literally was just tapping my joystick.
I wonder if I can re-invite you somehow. Oh nope, I'm being kicked out of the building as I speak.
Gosh. I hate GTA sometimes.
Here, let me try and invite you back. Because I think if I invite you back, I'm still at the building, so that way, like,
Yeah, it should be.
yeah, there we go. And then it'll be your building again when you join. But anyway, so we don't, stray away from the podcast.
Yeah. Like,
I've kind of said a lot, so I want you to start saying some stuff because I'm like taking up too much time. Obviously, this is your topic, so I feel like it's only
oh, I
fair
mean,
that.
it's fine. I'm not gonna hate it. Um, but I mean, you read more of the comics than I do. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so the movies I've been like waiting to see is Venom: The Last Dance, or whatever I think it's called, The Last Dance,
Yeah,
the
I
newest
think
one.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And then I've been wanting to see Craven. Craven is really cool in my opinion. I get is Craven technically, is he an anti-hero or is he just a straight
No,
up
he's
villain?
he's a
He's just straight up
villain.
villain,
I
right?
think
Yeah.
I think Sony's just having a hard time with dealing with the fact, like, oh, we already have Spider-Man in another universe. Why should we make another one, or why should we have a variant of Tom Holland when here's a good idea. Let's just not have Spider-Man in this universe, or he's not born yet, or whatever. Like, their current villain films are just extensions of the Marvel, or rather Spider-Man universe, because they have those properties, and their brilliant idea of brilliant, I say in quotations, is, let's make standalone villain movies because, the Spider-Man universe is still interesting, and it is. I love the idea of standalone villain films, but could we have just gotten, like, make Andrew Garfield the Spider-Man of that universe for all I care.
Yeah.
I don't think Toby should have any of those villains, in my opinion. He's already had a
Mm-mm.
Venom. Um, I guess that's all they really have done so far. And I guess Andrew has had a Rhino, but I would
Yeah,
love to see a
he's had a
humanoid Rhino
Rhino.
or
Like
Rhino. Yeah.
that would be cool because it wasn't it in the in Toby, or yeah, Toby Maguire, no,
Andrew.
Andrew Garfield. He had what, the Rhino cyborg looking one.
Yeah, he had the suit, which, yes, is more accurate, but I would love to
That's not
see.
what I would love it to be, that one.
Yeah, I would love to see a humanoid Rhino. Like, um, I mean, I didn't grow up exclusively to the Ultimate Spider-Man, which is one of the Spider-Man TV shows I grew up on. I didn't exclusively grow up on that, but in that series, it's a humanoid Rhino rather than,
That's what I remember from.
yeah. In Spectacular Spider-Man, it was a suit made out of, like, concrete and, like, a bunch of other materials, and it was kind of cool too. Like, it was classic comic book Rhino. But I don't know. I loved the idea of, a human, like a monster rhino, like kind of like Hulk, but more intelligent, more, like he can make a plan and to stop Spider-Man, or rather just follow instructions to stop Spider-Man or whatever. But I don't know. I hated the suit for sure. Like it seemed to make sense at the time, and I was just glad to have a Rhino on screen. But looking back on it now, I'm like, no, I'd just rather have Rhino, you know,
being human, like
being,
kind
I
of
was gonna
like
say, being a
Croc.
humanoid Rhino. Yeah, like Killer Croc or literally any other humanoid um monster animal themed character.
Like, is it what's Craven's power? Isn't he?
That's the
Is
thing
he
is
like
he doesn't
part
have
lion?
powers. No, he does not have powers in the comics. He's
So
just a really
in
good
the comics,
hunter.
he yeah, so he's just like a bounty hunter in a way, or he
Ye-
wants to find somebody that can match
yes,
his
exactly.
strength,
He
right?
he's his belief is his life needs to be taken by the world's greatest hunt. But with Spider-Man having the dilemma of like I don't kill, um he says no to that. Like he's a very like morally upright like character, so obviously like he won't fight Craven to the death, but because of that belief, Craven won't stop. So he'll only ever fight Spider-Man until, either one of them dies.
Dies.
Eventually Craven does die and his son becomes the new Craven and whatever, but that's much much later. And
Yeah,
honestly,
because in that movie they give him like a lion DNA mix ability.
I think they reshot that scene. I might be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong, somebody out there. I'm pretty sure because Craven's been going through reshoots recently, so they
Mm,
might have changed that. And I kind of hope they
okay.
did cuz that's the cool part of Craven is he doesn't need superpowers to be like this badass like hunter. Like he's just straight up like strong. He's, got increased senses, whatever have you. Like he doesn't need powers to be an excellent hunter. But I digress. Like I think it'll be interesting either way. I would love to see a Craven versus Spider-Man in live action at some point. I mean, the closest thing we've gotten so far is the new Spider-Man 2 game, which that Craven was awesome, but yeah, I won't spoil anything here because I don't know if you've played the game yet or not.
I haven't played it, but trust me, I've seen the gameplay from start to finish at least 3 times.
Okay, so then you know what
Like I don't
happens.
have it. Yeah, oh yeah, I know. Like weren't they in like it was him, Harry, and Craven. And Craven was going around trying to kill Peter, and Peter didn't want to kill him, but he ended up killing him because he was mixed with this black suit, right?
No, so in
No?
in the game, um, so Craven
Oh, the black suit saved Spider-Man's life because Peter
exactly.
almost
He
died.
tried
That's what it was. Okay.
he tried to kill Spider-Man, but when he got the black suit, instead of Craven, hunting all these other people, like Craven's original hunt was the lizard, and the lizard, um, serum was mutated, so he became extra monstrous.
Yeah.
But the lizard escapes because Peter tries to help him and save him and free him and whatever have you. Because Craven, like in the comics, or I think it's in the comics, but like in the comics, if I'm not mistaken, Craven's belief is he is to die at the hands of the world's greatest prey,
Yeah.
in the greatest hunt, whatever have you. Because in this version, Craven is dying of cancer, so he believes he'd rather die to someone else than rather being killed by a
Get by cancer.
yeah. So um later on Craven sees Spider-Man in the black suit and he's like, "Actually, that is the greatest hunt. That is what I need to fight." So Spider-Man almost does end up trying to kill, or rather the symbiote ends up trying to kill uh Craven, but Miles comes in, stops him. He's like, "Dude, this isn't right. Like, what are you doing? Like, this isn't what Spider-Man does." And then Peter kind of responds with like, "This suit makes me a greater Spider-Man and everything." But also, Harry needs the suit to live because he has this illness that's killing him. Eventually, Harry gets the suit again, but becomes Venom, and he kills Craven. That's the only downside I have with this is not only does Craven die, but in the game, you go around his base and you see that he's killed the entire Sinister Six. So
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man no longer has villains to fight except Doc Ock and Green Goblin, which is really unfortunate because I would have honestly loved to see another Sinister Six fight, but I kind of expected the third one to be about Green Goblin, so I'm not completely disappointed.
I'd be happy to see that.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the Green Goblin in the next game, and I hope it's really good. I mean, a lot of people are giving some flack to Spider-Man 2 now, but I'm like, dude, Spider-Man 2 is a great follow-up to to the first game. So,
Honestly, yeah, I think. Well, which one came out first? Wasn't it Spider-Man obviously 1, and then was it the Miles Morales and then Spider-Man 2?
yes, correct. It was
Okay.
yeah, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and now Spider-Man 2. But a lot of people are rumoring, and I guess we're kind of semi getting off topic because this is technically still Marvel, like up and coming
It,
Marvel projects. Um,
Marvel's basically the topic that I wanted to talk about, yeah.
yeah, so like,
So,
this episode will just be called "What's Next for Marvel." That there you go,
basically,
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah. So Spider-Man 3, also the same company is also doing a Wolverine game, which I'm really looking forward to.
Yes, 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 yes.
So hopefully that's really good, and it should be set in the same universe as Spider-Man 2, so that's also a plus. Um, but anyway, so the theories are, or at least some of my theories are for Spider-Man 3, because because Spider-Man 2 ends with Norman Osborn going to prison with like where Doc Ock is, and he's like, I blame Spider-Man for what happened to my son, and I need you to help him, and I need you to stop Spider-Man. And Doc Ock is like, well, why would I ever help you? And he's like,
Yeah.
well, like, and I'm sure at some point, Norman Osborn will get Doc Ock out of prison, and
Don't
people are,
don't they have a rivalry between each other though? Like a huge rivalry?
yeah. In fact, that's what the first game's about. Like Doc Ock
Yeah.
hates Norman Osborn. But because Doctor Octopus knows Spider-Man's identity, my theory is in the third game, if anyone knows about
Oh
this
no.
comic run, in the
Oh no.
in the comic run Superior Spider-Man, Doc Ock swaps bodies with Peter Parker. So,
Oh, that's not where I thought you were going.
where do you think I was going?
I thought it was gonna go to like Doc Ock would help reveal the whole identity of Peter Parker.
No,
Like him and Norman would work together. But
but
I like where you're going. Where you're going is a way better
I was
because
gonna
we've already
say
experienced that.
the interesting thing about Doc Ock, or at least in the Ultimate Spider-Man show, he says he has a sense of honor. So, like in the show, he does find out who Peter is, but he does not tell the world who Peter is because he has a code of honor, is what he says in quotations. I mean, he's a villain, so I don't really believe that. But what I think is going to happen is Doc Ock is going to capture Spider-Man like Norman Osborn wants, but his plan is to kidnap Spider-Man and then transfer
Mhm.
minds like in Superior Spider-Man because in the Superior Spider-Man comics, like in the game, Doc Ock's body is failing him. So he
Yeah.
believes like, oh yeah, if I just transfer into Spider-Man's body, I'll be, like I'll be the new Spider-Man. Or well, he doesn't want to be Spider-Man. He just wants to live on in a body where he has power. But
Yeah,
because he's
like a
a
more healthier body.
exactly. but because he's in Peter's body, he has Peter's memories. So he keeps on reliving Peter's memories where he has this moral upbringing of like, oh, like, with great power comes great responsibility. So slowly, Otto Octavius, like, kind of becomes the new Spider-Man, and like Peter eventually shares the body with him, but he can't like control it till much later on. Um, but basically, he's telling like Otto, like, yeah, you need to do what's right and whatever. And Otto's like, yeah, I'll be better than you were though. So Otto doesn't hold back. He's not a good guy, but he's not a bad guy either. He's an anti-hero. He's very much an anti-hero. So I think at the beginning of the game or halfway through the game or however they do it, I think Otto will be who we play as, or Superior Spider-Man is who we'll play as. And then
That would be
eventually,
so sick.
yeah, eventually Miles finds out, gets them to swap bodies back, and then Peter becomes Spider-Man again, but then only for Green Goblin to come in, which is Norman Osborn, who still wants revenge on Spider-Man. So maybe he'll try and kill Peter and maybe succeed, like in the Ultimate Comics. Kill Peter, and Miles Morales has to take up the mantle of Spider-Man completely. Now, that, as much as that would suck, I think that's how it's going to go. I really think they're going to combine storylines like they have in the past. Like, I think that would be cool, but also sad. Like, because Peter is still my favorite Spider-Man. He is the original, and he'll always be my favorite. But, you know, some legacies die, and as unfortunate as it is, but also as fortunate, because I think Miles is a great Spider-Man. I think he's a great, like, step-in if Peter were
Oh
to
yeah.
die. But it would be unfortunate if Peter didn't end up dying in the game. Um, but yeah, that's
Like
kind
even
of
even when we saw Peter die in the Miles Morales movie, I honestly was I teared up every time I see him die. I tear up, but I feel like it is a good step for like Miles to take a lead, which is honestly kind of cool in my opinion. But
yeah, no. I mean, I will say the only flaw with you know, my theory is that the creators of the game said, "Well, why can't there be a universe where there's two Spider-Man?" And that's true. Like it could totally be, a mentor and new and upcoming superhero, coming together. They're both Spider-Man as well. Like I know in the Ultimate Universe where Miles actually travels to and ends up living in that universe, they're coexisting Spider-Men, but Miles ends up taking up the name Arachnakid. But
Arachnakid.
yeah, but that's not the case in Spider-Man 2. I'm kind of glad too because they are both undeniably Spider-Man, but we'll see. But yeah, what about you? What's a project you're looking forward to, or something that hasn't been confirmed but you want to see?
Um, well, there's so many. Well, not so many, but I want to see more of the more different types of symbiotes, like more versions of symbiotes. Like we've already seen Carnage, Riot, and Venom, but I wanted to see because I know there's so many, but I want to see the one I really, really want to see would be Soldier Venom is when he attaches himself to Flash.
Oh, Agent
That's what I
Venom.
want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, Agent Venom's what it's called. Yeah, I want to see that so bad. That would be so cool.
Agent
Because
Venom would be
I feel like
cool.
they might lean to like Venom attaching himself more to like other things instead of just Eddie Brock. Because I
Yeah,
mean he'll travel to other humans, but now in the trailer, he's gonna get transferred from Eddie to a horse.
I think that's a pretty reasonable. Because here's the other thing too is like, how in the movie, Venom says like, "Oh, our hive mind can travel the multiverse." Maybe that's
Yes.
why he left a piece of himself in the MCU. He's like he wants to attach to Spider-Man. He wants to attach
Oh,
to Peter
he
Parker.
wants. Yeah, he doesn't care which universe gets to it, as long as one of them gets to Peter. That's all he wants.
I was gonna say like maybe because he felt what Toby's Spider-Man did to his other Venom counterpart, he's like, oh, maybe I need to keep an eye on him and be on
Make sure he
this
don't do shit.
Peter too. Yeah, like be on this Spider-Man, so he's not a threat. Um, but no, I think that'd be perfect. I think what they could do is Tom Holland Spider-Man takes off the suit and Flash being Flash because he wants to be a hero like Spider-Man, even though he's an asshole at
Because
first.
they are best friends.
Yeah. Um,
Totally.
he gets the symbiote and then he'll be Agent Venom. I would actually be fine with that. I just hope the actor of Flash bulks up for that role, like he becomes a lot more prominently a superhero figure. But we'll see. I think he could be a really cool Agent Venom if they ended up going with that storyline.
I'm also curious 'cause I don't think we've seen him in movie. He was in the game. Um, I don't know if his name. I mean, I'm gonna guess it's his name because it's Scorpion. Is that his name in Spider-Man?
Like green guy Scorpion?
Yeah, yeah, like the one that has the green stinger and the robotic like tail looking thing.
Oh yeah, Scorpion. Yeah, the Scorpion
Yeah,
themed
that's kind of
villain. Yeah.
yeah.
He was teased at the end of Homecoming. Mac
Because I want
Gargan.
to see him. I want to
Yeah.
see him so badly. Out of all the villains that Spider-Man goes against, well, okay, there's two. That's a lie. Um, Venom and Scorpion are my top two favorites.
Scorpion's definitely a cool one because he's a lot like
I don't know why,
Spider-Man,
but
and he was sicked on Spider-Man by J. Jonah Jameson, which is kind of what I was hoping to see in the MCU. I would love to see like I don't know, like maybe J. Jonah Jameson unknowingly hires Mac Gargan to take out Spider-Man, and
yeah,
then it leads to a team up with either, Spidey and Daredevil or maybe Spidey and
that would be cool.
Punisher. Like, I would love to see any of those, and then he has to fight maybe the Sinister Six. Like, I don't care how it happens, I just want
Ooh,
to see it to happen. Like, I really do.
that
Or,
would be sick.
okay, let me rephrase that. I do care how it happens, but just make it a good how it happens. Like, make the reasoning make
N-
sense, make it fun, make it cool, whatever. Just do it right. That's all I ask.
Yeah, now that you brought his name up, I forgot all about him. I really want to see another TV or another series season for Punisher.
I think they'll make that happen. I know for sure he's showing up in the new Daredevil TV show. Daredevil, is it Born Again? I think it's called.
I think it is. Because, like, I know Punisher appeared in Daredevil once, but that was, I think, just maybe one or two episodes. But that was when Matt Murdock heard that somebody was going to get shot or whatever, and he tried to avoid it, and he ended up finding out that it was Punisher, and they had a huge, like, battle fight scene, which was really, in my opinion, badass. Because I love Daredevil and Punisher, and they're both sick. But I want to see more Punisher, or yeah, Punisher.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cast right now. Daredevil, yep, obviously Charlie Cox, the man himself, did an awesome job. Loved that show. I haven't watched Punisher yet though. I need to go back and watch Punisher. Um
I wish I had Netflix so I'd watch it again right now.
I don't think they have it on Netflix, but they do have it on Disney Plus.
They have Daredevil on Disney Plus, or not Daredevil, Punisher.
Yeah, they got all the old Netflix shows on Disney Plus now.
Okay, well that's my new favorite. That's the new show I'm gonna watch now. It's official.
Apparently Bullseye's coming back, which I'm looking forward to. Because we only got to see him in the Daredevil costume, but I would love to see him in his own suit.
That would be
John
sick.
Berthnell is coming back as Frank Castle in The Punisher. Vincent is coming back as Wilson Fisk or the Kingpin. They're getting the people who played Karen Page and Foggy Nelson back.
Okay,
Um,
that I'm happy with. I'm glad Foggy's coming back.
I was gonna say they're bringing back like just about everybody. Now all they need to bring back is Luke Cage, Iron Fist. Like I would love to see a
They need to
heroes
redo Iron Fist. They need to redo Iron Fist.
keep.
I wasn't a fan of the show.
I was gonna say yeah, keep the actor, but change the show a little bit. In fact, maybe I don't know, cause I mean he said he would be able to come back, and I wouldn't mind. I thought he played a great Danny Rand. A lot of people just think it's
Yeah.
whitewashing, even though I'm pretty sure Danny Rand was American in the comics,
Again.
anyways. But
Yeah, he was. But like I think they did a good with his show, but it just wasn't. I don't know. They just need to find shows that we as fans all have talked about not being the best and try to work with that. With go based off what we're going with, or just stay to comic book accurate. That'd be even better. But
yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, the another Marvel project I'm looking forward to is the new Spider-Man TV show.
a
Um,
Spider-Man TV show.
yeah,
I think I've heard rumors about that.
yeah, there's a new friend. It's called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It's like in the style. It's almost like a mix between um, Spider-Verse and classic comics. Like it's that animation style. But supposedly it's gonna
Oh,
be
okay.
their version of the MCU's backstory. But the only problem I will have with this is if they don't do Uncle Ben. Like I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, Aunt May's the um
Yeah, but
I was gonna say
Uncle
Uncle
Ben's who made him who? He's who
yeah,
he is, bro.
I was gonna say yeah. So,
Sorry.
no, you're good. I agree with you there. I think that needs to happen, but we'll see. I hope it's the case, but if they don't do it, whatever, I guess like we'll hopefully like I'm hoping they rewrite it so that way Uncle Ben is the the start of Peter's Spider-Man career cuz like you said that's who he made. But yeah, I don't know if it's set in the MCU, but people are saying it's like a parallel universe that's set in the MCU, so it's like closest thing to Tom Holland's origin story that we're going to get, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, I really hope like Spider-Man's really big in the MCU, but I'm excited to see the new Captain America movie because they bring in Red Hulk in that, and Red Hulk's also really cool.
yeah, no, I agree with you there. The introduction of the Red Hulk was really cool. I'm
I
excited.
just wish we would get more than just him slamming the shield down. I wish there was more, like, you know.
I know there was a leaked trailer from D23 and it showed him like coming up from the podium and him like roaring, but that hasn't been officially released, so I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about that or not, but
Oh no, now the government's gonna come get
yeah,
you.
don't come after me, Marvel Disney.
His address is blah 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 blah.
Yeah, no, but I am excited for Marvel projects. I really am. I hope and pray. Excuse me. What's next to come is good. I really do. I fear because like a lot of Marvel's projects lately have been hit or miss, but with with the Marvel season for Fortnite um and Marvel Rivals coming to console at some point. Like it's getting me in the Marvel hype again. I'm excited to see what they do, and I'm just hoping it's good. Like I'm not gonna go in with negative thoughts, but I am gonna be skeptical because let's be honest, a lot of previous Marvel stuff like for the past few years again has been hit or miss. I've liked some, I've disliked some. I won't say I hated them, but like I haven't even checked out a lot of the stuff too. And like a lot of people state, like you have to go see all the shows and all the movies just to know what the heck is going on, and that's just the unfortunate thing about Marvel.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go in
Ca-
completely blind and still enjoy it, but yeah, if you don't watch everything, you're not gonna catch every little detail.
No, I have a question. So I was looking up like new Marvel movies to like come out
Hmm.
or upcoming ones. Is Thunderbolts like a version of the Avengers, but they do like what are
So
they?
I
Because Bucky's
actually,
in there.
yeah, I don't know if it's so. I've heard two explanations. Like you said, it's like, or actually, no. I think Thunderbolts is like Marvel's version of Suicide Squad, if I'm not mistaken.
So Bucky's a bad guy?
No,
Or just
anti-hero,
oh.
anti-hero, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah.
if you
Okay,
look
that
at the
makes sense.
lineup, they're all basically super soldiers.
Yeah, okay. Like you get what? Black Widow's dad, her sister, you get Bucky, and then from what I'm guessing, it's the dude from the Captain America Falcon or the Falcon and Captain America show. Or no, it was the one when Captain America was gone
Oh,
and
U.S. agent.
he yeah, that guy.
Yes, and then
Okay. And
yeah.
then I don't know who the
So
who the girl was, the last one.
let's see. That's right. Okay, so we got Yelena, who was Black Widow's sister. Bucky. Uh, we got Sentry, who's basically the Superman of Marvel's universe. We have Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Taskmaster from the Black Widow movie. Red Guardian and U.S. Agent.
Who's
So
Mel?
Mel, I'm not sure. Melina Vostokov? Man, if I forget who this is, I'm gonna kick myself for an RNA. Melina. There we go.
Oh, son of a
Oh, wait, Melina. Oh, shoot. Wait, what?
Yeah, they kicked me out again.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I guess her nickname was Iron Maiden,
Iron Maiden.
but she was Black Widow's adoptive mother.
Okay. So it's basically like the whole family
Yeah,
plus
except
Bucky and the other guy. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, we got I guess character from Black Widow, character from like a lot of Marvel projects. Uh New character who is Sentry, Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, Taskmaster from Black Widow, Red Guardian from Black Widow, U.S. Agent from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is where Bucky came from as well, or not came from, but
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then
Originated.
Valentina, she's been seen throughout the Marvel universe as of late, but she's the one setting up the Thunderbolts right now. But I do hope they do a Dark Avengers because that would be sick. If we see. So the Dark Avengers is similar to the Thunderbolts, but they are literally trying to replace the Avengers because they're like outlawed, and the Dark Avengers are like replacing the normal Avengers. Like, I think it was Wolverine's son who takes place for Wolverine. Iron
Yeah, cause
Patriot, who's Norman Osborn, he takes place for Iron Man. U.S.
yeah,
Agent takes place of Captain America. I don't know. There was a character who was wearing the black suit from like Spider-Man. Like, let me see.
oh, I know. Okay,
Dark
but who
Avengers
was that?
roster. I forgot the whole team, but let's see. some of these are good guys though. Interesting. Who is? Oh, okay, that actually makes sense now. Okay, so Ares, who's the god of war, Scar,
Yeah.
who's the son of Hulk,
Mm-hmm.
Moonstone, I don't recognize him. Ragnarok, who's the evil clone of Thor. Sentry, who's like again Superman for Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Dakin, who is Wolverine's son. Norman Osborn, who becomes the Iron Patriot. There's a lot of characters, but I'm just gonna go through the ones that I recognize. Bullseye, who I believe takes place of Hawkeye, or maybe that's
I
Trickshot.
was
No,
wondering.
Trickshot takes place of Hawkeye.
Okay.
Mac Gargan or Scorpion puts on the black suit and becomes Spider-Man's replacement.
Yo, that's sick.
I know, I was gonna say that would be really
That's so
cool to see.
sick.
Um, yeah, okay, interesting. I don't think a lot of these characters are on the roster, but I know some of them are. Like I don't remember Ragnarok or Scar ever being on there, but I do remember the other ones I mentioned. And I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
Yelena
that'd be sick.
becomes Black Widow, like her replacement.
So who does like if Hulk obviously has a baby or a kid, Scar,
hmm
who's the mother?
I can look back at that right now, actually. Hang on. Scar is the son of Hulk and Bruce Banner, or Hulk, and Kyra. She was
Kyla?
she was a woman from Sakaar, the place that the Grand Master was from.
Sakaar,
Uh,
Sakaar, Sakaar.
what's it was in Thor
This
3, the planet that he was on.
oh, the one okay when he was like basically treated like a god. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Marvel Comics.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes all sense. Because I read but this is probably not true at all. But from what I guess I read slash watched on like a YouTube comic short or whatever,
hmm
uh, it was saying that Hulk and She-Hulk kind of, yeah,
They do. It's a messed up storyline. I believe that's the Old Man Logan storyline. So like where Hulk basically kind of runs the apocalyptic Earth. But that's in a messed up timeline, like where he has incest, sex
yeah,
with She-Hulk, and they have
yeah,
like, messed up
babies and shit.
children. Yeah. Yeah, that was a messed up storyline though, so I wouldn't really count that as normal canon. That's just the comic writers running out of ideas and having weird, I don't know,
Thoughts
outspoken
and shit.
fetishes. Yeah.
But I'm also really excited for 2027 when Secret Wars comes out.
Yes, Secret Wars will be sweet. That's when Tom Holland should hopefully be donning the black suit, which I'm looking forward to and all for. It looks like we're out of time though, so do you want to close this up for us?
Mm, sure. Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you guys truly enjoyed, even though we kind of just spread out across the universe and multiverse.
Hey,
See what I did there?
I mean, that's how it works, bro. A podcast
This,
spans all the multiverse. All the conversations are happening in different universes.
yes, sir. But anyways, thank you guys for watching or listening to it. I appreciate it, and me, Travis, or Gripshock, and my buddies Tyler Spilsune, we'll catch you on the next one.
See
Peace.
ya.